Okay. Aya?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Welcoming you to S.S.T College for giving the webinar on environmental science. I am now introducing our resource person. Before that, thanks to Almighty God and also the principal, Dr. Purshwani sir, and Kuspu Purshwani ma'am, IQSC coordinator, all the faculty members of the college. I am here introducing you for the webinar, the resource person, Dr. Jeyabalan Sangeetha ma'am. She is from Central University of Kerala, Kasaragod, working as the assistant professor. She is having more than 20 years of experience. She completed her PhD in environmental science in 2010 under Rajiv Gandhi National Fellowship, UGC, New Delhi. She has completed postdoctoral fellowship under UGC. 2 postdoctoral fellowships she has completed. She was received many awards, one of it in November 2021 from the Institute of Research Wayanad Young Scientist Award. She also had 11 more awards for his work and also her experience. She has published many international and national level research papers in many journals. She has published many books and she has written chapters in many books, around 20. On behalf of S.S.T team, I am welcoming you, ma'am, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the principal of S.S.T College of Arts and Commerce and the presidents of S.S.T College of Arts and Commerce Alumni Association and Bharathians Alumni Association for giving me this opportunity to present this lecture.
Visible, ma'am.
So my today's lecture is global warming and climate change, that is important signs and threats of this climate change. The global population started growing since 1,350 years, and when 1,800 years, we reached 1 billion population, global population growth, and by 2023, we reached almost 8 billion population growth. So what is the concern of this population growth we are going to face, and we are facing right now? When we are growing positively, when we are reaching the highest population, the major change or major challenge is the food scarcity. So are we having enough arable land to grow the production or to increase the agricultural production to meet the demand of this growing population? And land demand is obvious. Do we have enough land to meet this growing population, to accommodate this growing population? And water scarcity, we will know that already we are reaching water scarcity. Many of the cities are already announced as water scarcity countries or cities. And health issues, major new viruses, new diseases are arising. So we are battling between these health issues and development in the medical field. And societal and environmental issues, education and employment, all these are all the major challenges in front of the growing population. So climate and weather, when we are talking about climate, the climate is the longer term of regional changes in the temperature or humidity, rainfall or precipitation over seasons or years or decades. But weather is the shortest duration of the changes in the atmosphere, that is the weather. So global warming is nothing but the temperature grasped by the surface of the earth and which is reflecting the absorbed heat into the atmosphere. So some of the particles present in the atmosphere will capture these heat waves and that is reflecting again back to the surface of the earth, which contributes the increasing the surface temperature. So that is the global warming. So because of the global warming, the increasing changes in the measures of climate over a longer period of time that is having the impact on the climate, including the precipitation, temperature, and wind pattern. So this is the carbon dioxide emission into the atmosphere. So longer back, it was the United States placed in the first place when talking about the releasing the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. But China now surpassed this United States, and now they are placing the first place in the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Because China is majorly producing and they are meeting the demand of other countries. So they are the major manufacturers and exporting major products into the other countries, So that is the reason the production of carbon dioxide, the introduction of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere by China is more. So India is as well placing a third place in the carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. So this is the graph showing the increasing sea level. So here today we are releasing 3.3 mm of sea level is keep on increasing every year. So this is because of the melting of ice caps in the Arctic region, because of increasing the temperature in the surface Earth. So last year it has more than doubled from the 0.06 inches per year throughout the most 20th century. Now we have doubled the amount of increasing the sea level to the 0.14 inches per year from 2006 to 2015. So the temperature will continue to rise because of this climate change. So already the nature is contributing the increasing the temperature of the Earth's surface. Along with that, human activities, that is anthropogenic activities, also contributing the increasing of Earth's surface temperature. So which leads the frost-free season, that is lengthen the growing season, that is affecting the productivity of agricultural productivity actually. The length of the frost-free season, it is increasing since 1980s and affecting ecosystem and agriculture. So changes in precipitation patterns, drought and heat waves ultimately having the impact on the agricultural and plant production. And increased heavy precipitation events will continue when the fluctuation in the temperature. And summer temperatures are projected to continue rising. Reduction of soil moisture, which exacerbates heat waves, is projected. And when the atmospheric temperatures keep on increasing, that ultimately reduce the soil moisture and heat waves will be higher. And by the end of this century, what have been once in 20 years, every 20 years we used to feel one day as the highest temperature of that 20 years. But because of this fluctuation in the temperature and global warming and further climate change, we are facing every 2 to 3 years that one day highest temperature. And the intensity of the hurricanes is keep on increasing. The intensity and frequency and duration of hurricanes or keep on increasing since 1980s, and hurricane-associated storm intensity and rainfall rates also projected to be increased. And sea level is going to be reached 1 to 8 feet by 2100, and global sea level has risen by about 8 inches since 1880. And 2021 global sea level set a new record of 3.8 inches, and 2021 has recorded the highest temperature of ocean as well. And it is projected to rise another 1 to 8 feet by 2100. So this is the highest impact which we are going to face it. And why the sea level is keep on increasing? Because of melting the ice caps in the Arctic region, because of increasing the temperature. You can see here Greenland ice loss is between 1901 to 1990, just 120 metric tons per year. But between 2006 to 2018, the ice melting has reached 313 metric tons per year. So ultimately, melting ice will go and reach the sea or ocean. Ultimately, that is increasing the sea level. So this is the photographs taken by the NASA before 1979. You can observe the ice caps cover in the Arctic region and how it has melted and how you are able to see the water level in the Arctic region. So in the left corner, that yellow line was the original geographic area of the ice caps, but how the climate has reduced the ice caps in the Arctic region, we can see here. So what is the causes of this climate change? So rapid industrialization, we need to meet the demand of growing population, whatever it is, food or our comfort zone. For everything, we are depending on the industry, right? So rapid industrialization and burning of fossil fuels are the primary source of releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. And agricultural practices, deforestation, consumer practices, livestock, transport, resource extraction, and pollution altogether, it is increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So what is the effect of this greenhouse gases? It is rising the temperature. What is the role of this greenhouse gases? So whatever temperature or heat waves absorbed by the earth and reflected back to the atmosphere will be captured by this greenhouse gases, which is present surrounding the earth's surface. That is the reason our Earth's surface is getting, the temperature is getting increased. And which is ultimately having the impact on the ice caps, and that is increasing the sea levels. And unpredictable weather patterns, increasing the storms and increasing precipitation, floods, and intensity of the hurricanes also increased. And it is increasing extreme weather events, land degradation, loss of wildlife, and biodiversity. And always, along with this, we are having some social impact also. Most of the countries are having the well settlement near to the coastal region of the country. So when this natural disasters happens in this coastal region, ultimately that is having the impact on the people settled near to the coastal region, and that is displacing the people from that place to other place. And poverty. And fishermen are majorly depending on the ocean. So their poverty is also a major reason because of climate change, loss of livelihood, hunger, malnutrition, increased risk of diseases, global food and water shortages. All these are all the social impact of this climate change. So where we are contributing for this global change or global warming or climate change, we are the major reason, along with the natural contribution, we are the major reason for releasing this greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So 9.5 billion metric tons of carbon is altogether released into the atmosphere per year only by the anthropogenic activities by burning fossil fuels. And 1.5 billion is released into the atmosphere by deforestation and other land cover activities. So totally we are releasing 11 billion metric ton of carbon into the atmosphere. So of this human produced carbon, forest and vegetation is taken back this carbon for its photosynthetic purpose and other purposes by 3.2 billion metric tons. And ocean is absorbing this carbon present in the atmosphere about 2.5 billion metric tons. So totally we are releasing 11 billion metric tons to the atmosphere and getting back or absorbing this carbon dioxide by vegetation or forest cover, as well as ocean as 5.7 billion metric tons. So what is happening for this remaining almost 5 billion metric tons? It is remaining in the atmosphere as such. So in this carbon, we can say that 2.3 parts per billion per year is carbon dioxide is staying in the atmosphere. So here since 1750, the increase of carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere, we have increased 50% of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And guide to the greenhouse effect. This is the greenhouse effect. We are getting the radiation from the solar system, and so part of the solar radiation is absorbed by the Earth's surface, and part is released back or reflected back to the atmosphere. The presence of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxides, ozone, and chlorofluorocarbons, all these are the greenhouse gases absorbing this reflected
Hello, yes, participant. 2 minutes, madam is joining. So madam is explaining about all the greenhouse effort here. uh, and also giving idea about the environmental change due to the Antarctic Ocean ice melting. So this is the session which was giving idea about the latest environmental problem we are facing today, even though the cycle of the season was properly going on. So how the students want to aware about the situation and issues we are going to face in future, why it is happening, related to that only madam's research is going on, and her idea is very vast, and her new researches was in process. She was one of the eminent and experienced and environmental science experimental research person we are having. So how it is disturbing the ecosystem, how the humans are connected with this, and also natural disaster, what it is happening was discussing by madam. Now the major issue of environmental is madam told about climate change, pollution, environmental degradation, resource depletion, etc. So now the madam is back. So she will be continuing her views and share her knowledge with us. Yes, ma'am. So she joined again. So due to ecological change, who are affecting mainly the humans, then endangered to the species, and ecological natural resources are getting defect. Due to that, our food and other natural resources we are getting as a human are getting disturbed due to these environmental issues. After that, the humans also getting affected due to these environmental issues. We have already had the experience of COVID-19. Now we are out of that due to the spreading of disease in air. We have faced that situation. Ma'am, is it audible? You are connected means you can continue. Hello. Yes, ma'am, you can continue. Voice is not audible. Please. Voice not audible. It's not audible. Ma'am. So even though the resource person is ready with the PPT and all the technical part was checked by the organization, sometimes the technical clearance will happen both the side. Thanks for the participants to be patient and get the knowledge of the madam. She was one of the expertise and experienced in, and she is having more than 20 years of experience. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Are you all audible?
Yes, ma'am, continue. उसमें चेक करने का बोला। You mute and talk, ma'am. You was on mute. I'm audible. You unmute yourself. It was muted. Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Talk something. No, ma'am, I'm not audible.
Yes, ma'am.
There. Ma'am, talk something.
Yeah. Is it audible? To connect to the system.
Yes, you continue,
Will be.
ma'am. Continue, ma'am.
Huh?
You
Continue,
continue.
right? Yeah, okay. Just connecting to the system also.
Ma'am, you continue.
So this is having impact of the echo. Statements happen. Study to first stage or link to first stage to the draws. The ma'am is displacement, study to first stage or link to plan and link percentage draws. I think it's a global ocean oxygen because of climate change. And 4 million people displaced by weather and climate disasters. by our population. Climate change or the agriculture or civil. So, quantity food for the growing population. So, well, plant by balance of other our I guess in Africa, percentage of the undernourished
It get disconnected, ma'am. You continue.
Okay. And then disturb what it is.
Continue.
Continue, Banava.
Yes.
Just a challenge of major security reasons. Major challenge, agricultural productivity, growing world population, and infertile soils because of climate change. And for the climate change, the alteration of the all changes in the precipitation and the increasing temperature. So you can see here the graph of growing population. So projected growing population, major country-wise, Asia, we can see here now we are having 1.4 billion, but in future we are going to reach 5.3 billion. So around we are having total ecosystem of the planet have 3% of Arabian land eatable food demand for the agriculture purpose. So in this 3% of the Arab land, biofuels and industries are occupying 11%, and 18% of Arab land is for the production, and 71% is for 71 for animal feed. So these environmental conditions are have. So environmental challenge is a pathway for this.
Yes, ma'am, continue. Voice breaking. Now it is okay.
Environmental factors directly stresses their plant productivity. Because plant is based on the biotic and abiotic stress, right? So whatever changes in the abiotic factors is having the impact on the food product. And these are the food factors which is having a negative impact on the plant growth, resource limitation, availability of nutrients or availability of water. So that is having impact on plant growth and predators and pathogens. If the plant is not healthy, then these predators and pathogens affect the plant growth and diminish the productivity of the agriculture. And external disturbances and temperature and climate is having the major impact on the productivity. So the effect of carbon dioxide level on the plants. Carbon dioxide level is increasing, that and less water for photosynthesis having impact on productivity. And carbon dioxide level rise, it amps up the photosynthesis, and vegetation thickening affects the community structure and function. And the effect of temperature on plants, for every increase of 10 degrees Celsius, that is doubling the enzymatic product of conversion rate of the plant, and it is increasing the chemical reactions and other physiological processes. It increases in photosynthesis. The warmer an area is, the higher plant diversity, and extreme temperature beyond the physiological limits, then that will lead to the desiccation and that will reduce the productivity. The effect of water on plants is water availability is the major because plants are depending on water as well as carbon dioxide. So water availability is a major factor determining the plant growth. And this is having direct impact on the soil moisture. Soil moisture is an impact direct impact on the availability of the soil microorganisms. If the soil is having good microorganisms, beneficial microorganisms, and ultimately that is the fertility of the soil. And all together that will support the plant. And because of this climate change, lead and drought, both sides is just having the negative impact on the agriculture. Skip because so here you can see that the fast growing as the climate is humid, the soil is humid, soil moisture is high, the vegetation cover is high, which is having the high nutrient availability, and the quality, the litter will be highest quality, and this quality litter will be degraded by microorganisms. Again, this degraded material will be released into the soil. Ultimately, that will increase the soil fertility. So if the soil fertility is good, the plant will grow up quality. So when it is the drought condition, the plant which is growing there have good availability, the litter will have the no nutrients, the microorganisms converting this litter into degraded materials, then that will not add up much nutrients to the soil and which will not increase the soil fertility. Again, in turn, cannot support the growth of the plant that on climate change. And the climate change effect on forest trees, that is the elevated carbon dioxide reduces the stomata opening and that leads the rate of transpiration of the tree. So highest concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it indicates the lowest stomata density. If the carbon dioxide level is lower in the atmosphere, that indicates the highest stomata density that will support the growth of the plant and the transpiration of the water movement from the plant to the atmosphere. So this is about the plant, that is climate change on the plant and forest ecosystem, and how the global warming or climate change is affecting the aquatic organisms and the marine ecosystem or the aquatic ecosystems. So the recent increase in greenhouse gases human activities is the main cause for global climate change, as we discussed. And warming the waters alter the latitude and depth at which certain species are able to survive. Because like plants, animals also, especially aquatic animals, also very much sensitive for its environmental factors. It needs particular temperature and particular light penetration, everything that will fix into that environmental factors. So when the little changes in the aquatic environment, disturb the distribution of this aquatic animals that eat. So it reduced light penetration or increasing the carbonic acid in that water that will ultimately affect the diversity of aquatic animals. So moving so when the climate is temperature is increasing, the ocean the ocean captures the temperature and increasing the ocean temperature. So some aquatic animals depend on cooler temperature, so that they survive only in coolest temperature. So when the temperature is increasing, that move from its own natural ecosystem to other natural ecosystem where the environment is coolest. So that will also lead prey and the predator scenario that may be on biodiversity, aquatic ecosystem, as an aquatic diversity. So effect on marine ecosystem and its alive. That is, retreat of sea ice has a lessened platform that seals used to rest between such as for food. So when it is decreasing the ice mass or ice surface on the ocean, so that is decreasing the platform where the seals can rest between such of the food. And mortality rate of seals and their young has increased because of climate change. And the Arctic star predator is the polar bears. So they use sea ice as a platform for hunting their prey and mating, traveling, and for resting also. So there are 26,000 polar bears left in the world. So when we are disturbing its natural environment, natural ecosystem by any means, definitely that will have a negative impact on its survival rate. And so North Atlantic right whales, it is now in extinction. Vulnerable states, 350 right whales finally left over throughout the world, and damaging food chain and forcing the whales to migrate more dangerous water. So when the climate is changed and its own ecosystem is changed, the whales is forced to move from its natural ecosystem to other places where it is getting hunted, and the diversity or number of whales is getting decreased. And forced migration because of changing the temperature of the ocean, it leaves sea turtles, lobsters, crabs from its natural environment to other places, so where they are meeting the prey predator. So lobsters are very sensitive to water temperature, and they will move to avoid water that is too warm or too cold. So we have it was there when we are changing the temperature, the atmospheric change. Temperature is changing, ultimately that is having impact on the aquatic organisms as well. So ocean acidification is a major concern because of ocean acidification. Most of the organisms, aquatic organisms, are having shells to protect themselves. So the robots can be completely dissolved in the water. So when we are dipping the shells into the acid, that will dissolve the shells, right? So the same way, when the pH of the ocean is getting decreased because of increasing carbonic acid due to the dissolve of this carbon dioxide in the atmosphere inside the ocean, then I think that is dissolving the shell of pterodaphils. And the process of ocean acidification steals the molecules needed for the organisms to thrive, in addition to corroding their shells and making the waters otherwise inhospitable. These are the difference, and which is having another major impact of this acidification is coral. Corals are very beautiful ecosystem, right? And it is providing the habitat for n number of fish species for its survival, reproduction, and to hide from the predator. So which is very colorful. So zooxanthellae. So when the acid is increasing, the pH of ocean is decreased. When it is coming to the acidic pH, all the zooxanthellae are washed out. Then that is that all color nature of the corals are vanished, and that will be bleached. So that is known as the coral bleaching. That is a major impact of this climate change, increased carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And it's just having an economic loss and cyclones combined with flood and heavy rainfall in the aquatic ecosystem, and warm sea temperature, high humidity, and instability of atmosphere are responsible for intensifying the cyclone. And in May 2019, a cyclone named Fani hit in India, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and West Bengal,
severe damage for 5 lakh houses destroyed in food industry. We couldn't forget it. So May 2020, cyclone Amphan hit eastern India, especially West Bengal and also Bangladesh. This was the first super cyclone in Bay of Bengal since 1999. And super cyclone that hit Odisha took the life of more than 9,000 people. So all of this sudden cyclone or intensity of cyclone are only because of the change of the climate. So how does climate change affects the wild and human homes? So shifting the habitats. So the climate change is shifting the habitats, which affects the wild animals, and predators declines as prey declines. When predator is declined without food, when prey is declined without food, predators also should be declined. So we are losing our losing the diversity of wild species. And shifting migration patterns. If the food is not available, it is forced shifting of the wild animals from this one ecosystem to nearby ecosystems. And forest fires, drought stress, and soil erosions, all these are having the impact on wildlife. And impact on human. So we are air pollution, because of highest air pollution having the health impact on human beings, asthma, cardiovascular diseases, and changes in vector ecology, and increasing allergens or cold and water quality impacts, water and food supply impacts, environmental degradation, extreme heat and severe weather, everything all together it is having the impact on human health. And so what we are going to do, or what the countries or the nations are doing, or taking steps to control this climate change. So to boost the effectiveness of the this United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the protocol was adopted in December 1997. It committed in the slides countries quantified emissions reduction targets for a basket of 6 greenhouse gas emissions. The Kyoto Protocol's first commitment period took place from 2008 to 2012, and further Doha Amendment has taken place from 2013 to 2020. So in December 2015, parties adopted the Paris Agreement, which requires all parties to determine, plan, and regulative report on nationally determined contribution that it undertakes to mitigate the climate change. So altogether, all nations are planning to reduce from 1.5, that is the controlling the rates of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and plan moving forward to control the global temperature, increasing global temperature at least to reduce 1.5 Celsius. And its goal is to limit global warming to preferably to 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels. We cannot go back to the period or era of pre-industrial levels, because we have adopted for our comfortable zone, and we need what we are expecting we need. So, but at least it reduced the increasing temperature maximum for 2, at least minimum 1.5. We could able to see some changes in our ecosystem. The climate says we are able to reduce 1.5 Celsius or Celsius. What kind of changes we could able to see? So extreme weather, this 100% increase in floodings. If we are increasing 1.5 degrees Celsius, if we are increasing 2 degrees Celsius of global warming, the risk is 170%. The species of 6% of insects and 8% of the plants will disappear or affected if we increase 1.5 degrees Celsius of temperature. If we increase 2 degrees Celsius, 18% of insects and 16% of plants and 8% of vertebrates will be affected. You can take just for 0.5 degrees Celsius of difference, how much impact we are able to observe. So water availability, 350 million urban residents exposed to severe drought by 2100. But if we increase 2 degrees Celsius, 410 million urban residents exposed to water scarcity by 2000. And Arctic sea ice melting is every 100 years, 3 summers in the Arctic at least once. And ice-free summers in the Arctic at least once every 10 years. So people, 9% of the world's population will be exposed to extreme heat waves at least once in every 20 years. But if we increase 2%, 2 degrees Celsius of the temperature, 28% of the world population will be affected because of this heat waves. Like that simple 0.5 reduction of the temperature itself, we could able to see the maximum impacts would be controlled. So other than the above said government, the United Nations agreement, our government is also released some of the government policies, that is National Solar Mission. So when we can try to use the solar energy, so solar panels are nowadays installed even households, and we are trying maximum to use the solar energy. And National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency is another policy. It is through this reduction in energy consumption, industries are giving the certificates for energy saving purpose and increasing public-private partnership, reduction of taxes on energy efficient appliances. So all this all giving a bonus and appreciation for industries when they are conserving energy. And National Mission on Sustainable Habitat promotes waste management, recycling, and enhance the purchase of vehicles. And National Water Mission, there is plan for 20% of improvement in water use efficiency by pricing and other measures. National Mission for Sustainable Himalayan Ecosystem. So through this policy, prevents melting of the Himalayan glaciers and helps to protect biodiversity and minimal the increasing the sea level. And Green Indian Mission, that is an afforestation of 6 million hectares of forest lands, expands the forest cover from 32, that is the percentage of India. So National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture, it helps agriculture sector in climate adaptation through the development of climate resilient crops, increasing the number of weather broadcasting mechanisms, and also by many other factors. And National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change, it improves the knowledge of climate science, which affects the consequences and research. By promoting the research on the climate change, we could be able to find some solutions. Instead of producing more carbon dioxide, we are able to find some solutions, control the emissions of greenhouse gases. So these are the 8 policies where India is following to reduce the releasing of this greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. And what we can do as an individual, we have to control and our lifestyle. Instead of burning the lamps, we can move to fluorescent lamps. Instead of going by single vehicles, by family, we are moving to one place. We can pool and we can go together by single vehicles. We can, wherever possible, we can go by walk. So through our simple lifestyle, along with the nature, definitely will contribute something to the reduction of global warming. So as a conclusion, I would like to conclude empowering people by promoting behaviors and actions that reduce the carbon emission and purchase of an electric vehicle and reduce and by sustainable products, whatever is available nearby, we can by walk and we can see that we can avoid that and absorb something here and
Yes, ma'am. It was the amazing session.
Over to you.
It was the amazing session, ma'am. And very grateful to have you here to present your knowledge and also research about the environmental science, not only to the student, for to the all the not only to the students, to all the age people, how to save our nature and be with nature, and climatic change we are facing can be avoided, if you are if we are following the points you have concluded. By that the climate will be maintained and the environmental will be maintained. Some of the things what the humans want to be aware about the climate change and the environmental changes. We want the full description, and also species, how it is getting effect. Through that, how the humans are also getting effect. Everything was detailed, highlighted by you with your knowledge, ma'am. It was our pleasure to have you here with us, and in association of alumni S.S.T college to the Bharathian Alumni Association, sharing your experience in research. It was the wonderful session. Thanks on behalf of our S.S.T college team. Now I am, with your permission, I am concluding the session and giving the vote of thanks, ma'am. So again, I am pleased to welcome you all on behalf of S.S.T college to the thanking session of our resource person. I would like to present the vote of thanks for this session. First of all, I am thanking to Almighty God to give experience in this session by giving many internet links, both the side to the organizers and also to the resource person. Even though we have successfully completed and we have got the knowledge of madams, so thanks to God, and also grateful to our principal and IQSC coordinator, Dr. Purswani sir and Dr. Kuspu Purswani ma'am, for continuous guidance and motivation to do many activities like this. And also thanking again to vice principal, faculty members, teaching members and non-teaching members, and also the technical teams who are always supported. And this clinch, everyone was supposed to make it proper and give the communication through internet, and got the knowledge of madam. And also very thankful to the participants who are seeing live, and also being patient for listening to madam, and also cooperative to have the session in between the technical clinch. Thank you again, ma'am. Thanks for your valuable time and valuable knowledge sharing with us. Thank you once again on behalf of S.S.T college. Thank you, ma'am.